Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going through my top 10 roller coasters that I have ever ridden. Could it be the speed machine that is known as the Flying Fish, or the buttery smooth 2023 edition of Hero at Flamingo Land? Let's find out. Before I get started, I just want to make it very clear that this is completely my own opinion. If you have a different opinion, cool, let me know in the comments. Would be fantastic to know, but this is my opinion, so there's no need to be rude. It's my opinion. I like Flying Fish and Hero, okay? But yeah, unfortunately I've never actually been to a park outside of the UK, so for now these are the top 10 coasters in the UK. Next year though, pandemic permitting, that should change, and hopefully I'll have a bunch of new rides for the top 10 from Portaventura, which will be absolutely fantastic. Hopefully get to ride Shambhala, Red Force, and all of those beautiful rides there. Just as a quick note, actually, I solely stream on Twitch now, so if you wouldn't mind popping over there, dropping a follow, maybe even coming into some streams, that would be absolutely fantastic to see ya. Yeah, I stream every day there, so yeah, if you enjoyed my YouTube streams, you'll probably enjoy my Twitch streams, so head on over there. It'd be great to see you. But anyway, self-promo is out of the way, let's get straight into it. Coming in at number 10, controversially, is the big one at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. This is an aerodynamics hyper that opened in 1994, standing at 213 feet, making it the tallest coaster in the UK. I say controversially because I'm not sure how many people have it in their top 50, let alone their top 10, but I do genuinely enjoy it. I don't think it has much airtime, but I just think it's a bit of fun. Like, it does look like it's supposed to have a ton of airtime and it doesn't, but I just think it's a bit of fun. I don't find it too rough. I wouldn't say it's unbearably rough, but yeah, as I say, I do think it's enjoyable, especially in the front row where you don't get off with a concussion from the first drop. Anyway, next up at number 9, I've put down Colossus at Thorpe Park. This one is an Intamin 10 inversion coaster. Now I know many people will completely disagree with me here, and let's be honest, it sticks to the theme of this list, controversial. It does have its rough spots, and it's beyond awful if you're in the back of any car specifically. But it is pretty decent. Personally, I prefer it in the front row, which I think any normal person does. Yeah, I mean, I haven't actually been able to get onto the front row much. I've gone onto the front row once, back in 2019, unfortunately. So hopefully I'll get front row again, and this year I haven't been able to get on it at all in front row because I was never assigned it. Thank you very much, COVID. But yeah, those inversions, I think they're absolutely great, although some of them, especially the corkscrews, can be a bit rough. But I think they're good fun, especially those last 4 Heartline rolls. I do really enjoy those, they are fun. And now, coming in at number 8, we've got Nemesis at Alton Towers. I do love this B&M invert. It's got amazing pacing, beyond godly theming, and it still rides well for its age. The main reason for this being so low in my top 10 is because I always get off Nemesis unbelievably dizzy. Almost unbearably dizzy. Although I do get off all inverts dizzy. For some reason, maybe it's the terrain or something, but for some reason I always get off of it dizzier than any other invert. It is a great ride though, and I do really enjoy it. Especially going around those... Well, I've sat here for 5 minutes, and I genuinely can't think of the word. So I'm going to just call them caves. So, especially going through those caves, they are so much fun. I do really enjoy it, and it's got great interaction. It's just a shame that it's so short, really, and it still baffles me as to how it picks up so much speed on that tiny drop. Next up, coming in at number 7, we've got the Smiler, also at Alton Towers. This Gerstlauer Infinity coaster holds the record for being the coaster with the most inversions on any coaster of 14. It is one great ride, all of the inversions are incredible, and those 2 airtime hills are just absolutely amazing. I think although it's a bit messed up, the theming is absolutely incredible as well. Probably one of the best themed coasters in the UK actually, and to be fair I do say that for a lot of the coasters on this list, but anyway. Unfortunately though, I have actually only managed to get onto the coaster once, and that was back in 2018, and it was really rough, but it was still so much fun. In fairness though, it was rough later in the day, like it had passed closing, we got in the queue just before the park closed, so it's understandable that it was rough. It's been running all day and all of that, so it is definitely enjoyable, and my favourite part is that glass that's been put on the wrong way round. Okay, coming in at number 6, you need to promise not to murder me. I know I've already put Nemesis higher up, but I'm going to say it. Nemesis Inferno at Thorpe Park. Another B&M invert, which in my opinion is just a bit better than Nemesis. First of all, I don't get off nearly as dizzy, but I just think it's a great ride. Although it does lack in theming, I just love the speed it picks up and I think it rides better, significantly better as well. In fairness though, I've had countless rides on Inferno this season and none on Nemesis, so my opinion may end up changing when I get back up to Alton Towers, hopefully next year. But I just really enjoy it, those inversions and everything there, it just happens so nicely and comes together so well. Right, coming up in number 5 is Galactica at Alton Towers. This is the only flying coaster that I've actually ever managed to get on. I am joking about Hero, I have never been on Hero, thankfully. But yeah, I absolutely love it. It's glossy smooth and just so much fun to ride. It's not the most intense flying coaster that I've ever seen, but it is so much fun. With the 2 inversions, I actually find that it can be quite intense at some points. I basically love everything about the ride, from being in the flying position to the layout, swooping through the trees. It is just absolutely incredible. It's one of the best feelings on a ride. Okay, so coming in at number 4 is Wickerman at Alton Towers. There's quite a big theme of Alton Towers coasters on this top 10. But anyway, this ride actually used to be in my number 2 slot, but I've just had some amazing rides on the now positioned 2 and 3 this year that I've just had to put it down. Once again, I haven't been able to ride Wickerman because I haven't gotten up to Towers this year, but I've also heard that it's actually started to really, really badly age, which is a shame. So I'm hoping the retracking fixes that. But I guess we'll find out when I next go up there. But anyway, this ride is just amazing all round. As I said with the Smiler, it's one of the best themed coasters in the UK, and it rides absolutely amazingly from what I remember. It's just so much fun, packed with airtime, and has that slight woody coaster roughness to it. Although I do get kind of bored watching the pre-show over and over again, and I feel it could do with a little change in some way, maybe change the script or something like that. But other than that, everything about this coaster is fantastic, especially the theming. Now we're on to my top 3 coasters. How exciting. During most of this year, this coaster was actually joint third with Wickerman. But I've moved this one up just one before I started writing this up actually, because I've just had such amazing rides on it this year. And that ride is the Swarm at Thorpe Park. Being the only wing coaster in the UK, it's just such an amazing ride. The inversions are fantastic, the layout is short but great, and the theming is just absolutely amazing. I actually tend to grey out just after the turnaround at the bottom of the corkscrew. It is such a smooth ride. I've heard people complaining about it being such a smooth ride, and to me, that is ridiculous. Why would you complain about a ride being too smooth? There is no such thing as a ride which is too smooth. I just absolutely love it in general. It's got 3 inversions, a 0G roll, a corkscrew, and an inline twist, and it's just absolutely fantastic. It's less of a coaster and more of a complete packaged experience. Alright, now in number 2 is Stealth at Thorpe Park, an Intamin accelerator coaster. This was 4th at the beginning of the year, behind both the Swarm and Wickerman, but after getting multiple rides on it throughout the year, it just shot up in my rankings. However, I do think this is only this high in the front row. Any other row and it would probably only just make my top 20 if it was lucky, really. The front row with the wind and everything it has to offer is just absolutely fantastic. Being raced up that 205-foot top hat at 80 miles an hour is just an amazing feeling. One thing that did boost it was getting front row on Stealth 5 times in a row in one day. That was certainly an experience. Now, here we are, my favourite coaster in the UK, the best in the UK, some would agree. Honestly, anyone could probably guess what this ride is, and it's absolutely amazing with its Mac glory. You guessed it, it's Flying Fish.
Alright dudes!
Anyway, really coming in at number 1 with its Mac glory is Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. This ride is just amazing, what can I say? With its 1 or 2 inversions, I'll let you guys decide that one, it's just so amazing. 2 launches, just packed full of airtime, going in, out, under, and over the different rides at the park like Steeplechase and the big one. It's just so amazing. It's got the twists and the turns and so much airtime, and it's just so unbelievably smooth. I genuinely can't describe how amazing this ride is. Another thing that I love about Icon is the length. Although it does seem to drop off towards the end in the speed and it just doesn't feel quite as fun, it does last for such a long amount of time with its 2 launches and 3,800 feet of track. Everything about this ride is just amazing. My favourite part is either that airtime hill just after the first launch, just under the big one, or the outer banked airtime hill towards the end, after pretty much just before the brakes. It's so good. But yeah, I can't wait to hopefully get back on it next year. I'm looking to book a holiday to Blackpool next year, and I'm really hoping that I'm able to get back on it, pandemic permitting. Anyway guys, that is about it for this video. Let me know what your top 10 is from the UK in the comments. I would love to know. If you want to see if you want to see another one of these sort of videos, I don't know, maybe a top 10 rides Alton Towers or top 10 worst UK roller coasters, just let me know. If you enjoyed, I would hugely appreciate it if you could consider leaving a like and subscribe as well. Maybe even join the Discord, that would be absolutely fantastic. Follow me on Twitter as well. I've also started to post on TikTok highlights from my streams over on Twitch. Did I mention that you should definitely follow me on Twitch as well? But anyway guys, thank you all so much for watching. Join the Discord and follow me on Twitch, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.